Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to Stiletto Talks Podcast. Today is a Sunday afternoon, which is usually when we do our recordings. And I am just so excited today that I have just a beauty powerhouse on today. And again, these stories, as you all know, are quite authentic. We try to find non-conventional female business owners of color to actually come on and share their amazing stories, and we just really had an awesome one today. Just a quick call to action. If you have not subscribed to Stiletto Podcast, you can actually do so now on iTunes, on Google Play, and you can do so by going to stilettotalks.podbean.com and sign up so that you'll always get your notifications, so that way you can learn about those that are right around you coming up with these amazing ideas, and hopefully it will inspire you to create your own path and just get it started, because there's no time now like the present. So today we have one of the owners, because it is a mother-daughter duo, and she'll share with you their unique story. But we have the one and only Creole Rouge on the phone. Oh, my goodness. So, everyone, unless you have been hiding under a rock, Creole Rouge is a new startup makeup line that is absolutely divine. I am a lover of lip gloss. If you ever see any of my pictures or any of my posts on social media, I love lip gloss. I also, every now and then, will wear a red. But with my skin tone, sometimes red tends to look orange, or it fades a lot. This looks kind of weird on me. Sometimes I'll only wear it maybe for a picture, and then I'll take it off immediately. But this company has quality products that no matter what skin tone you are, they look good on you. And so I have the one and only Miss Dorsey Bellanger on the phone, and she is going to actually give us a full scoop on Creole Rouge. So, Dorsey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
We are super excited to have you on the call. So we're going to get straight off into the questions that we always have on the show, because first and foremost, we want you to share the name of your business and how did you come up with Creole Rouge?
Well, the name of our business is Creole Rouge. We're from Louisiana, so of course you have that Creole culture, and we're representing Baton Rouge. So we wanted to tie those two things together, and we came up with the name. And of course, we always have the fleur-de-lis symbol that represents Louisiana, just something representing where we come from. So no matter how far we go in the world, whether it's Thailand or LA, we'll have a piece of home. They'll know that Creole Rouge is a Louisiana brand, and that was special to us.
Awesome. So for those who may not quite understand just about Creole culture, and I know being from Louisiana myself and now living out west, a lot of people, when they think about Creole culture, they already think just Creole Cajun, or they actually loop them both together. Can you kind of just give a brief narrative of really what Creole is to us in Louisiana? Because I have to explain it a lot myself.
Right.
So can you give just kind of a brief overview at what Creole culture is, so that way people can really understand why it's important that name is incorporated into your brand?
Sure. Creole, a lot of people think that when they hear the word Creole, they're thinking of a fair-skinned person with a certain type of hair texture, when Creole is really just, I guess, our food. It's in our culture, our food, our upbringing, the music, our background, I guess, in our Louisiana roots. We have family who is dark as dark and light as light, and we're all the same. We all represent that Creole culture. Creole has nothing to do with your skin tone, or we are black, but we still have that Creole culture. And a lot of people don't understand that, or they'll say Cajun. Cajun and Creole are the same, and it's like, no, most of the time, like that Cajun influence, that Cajun culture is more on the Caucasian side of Louisiana, people who are represent Louisiana, versus you have the Creole, which that's more of your black people who are from Louisiana, have that Creole background, Creole culture, I guess you would say. But it's just in our food and our music and our our Louisiana heritage as Black people. We come from most of our family here. We live in Baton Rouge, but our family comes from St. Martinville, Breaux Bridge, Lafayette area, and most people there like that. They know that Lake Charles Creole. They're like, oh, they already know. Oh, well, you're Black. Versus, some people, what is that? They just put Cajun and Creole together. We're like, no, that's not. It's not the same.
Right. We do the same explaining. My family is the Baptiste family. We have family from and the Gradneys, who are also technically the Gradnegos as well. And so we have family from Point Coupee Parish. We have family from Plaquemine. So I certainly understand New Orleans. So I understand that sometimes it just requires a little education. And one thing that Dorsey brought up is that in the Creole culture, and just really important for people to understand in this day and age where colorism is being brought up again, especially as we start to deal with finding more flesh tone or hues that match our tone. I see colorism kind of coming back up into the makeup and beauty arena a little bit. And what Dorsey brought up, which is really important, is that Creole culture, you can be as light as of the lightest and you can be darkest of the darkest. It does not matter about your texture of hair. It actually matters about your blend of ethnicities and your culture overall, which will categorize you, so to speak, if you will. But we are a culture. Creole is not just about a race or a racial identifier. It is actually about a culture. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's something that I do a lot out west, is really kind of the education piece of it too. So I get that a lot. So when you started Creole Rouge, did you have people thinking that maybe it was for only fair people with fair skin?
No, I guess because from the beginning we've always marketed that way, like it's beauty products that's made to enhance all cultures. We want to inspire all females. We want, no matter what their heritage, no matter what their diversity is. So even though the name is Creole Rouge, we haven't had anyone at this time that says, oh, well, that's not for me because I'm Asian or I'm, Spanish or, so that's not for me. We haven't ran into that, but the way that we've marketed, I guess you would say, everyone kind of knows it's for all races, for all cultures, because even our promotional, like our models that do PR for us, we have a little bit of everybody. We have
right. I see that. So, I see it. Y'all have people from literally around the world.
Yeah.
And what I like is something that you brought up. And for those who are maybe getting inspired or thinking about having your own beauty line, especially relates to makeup or any beauty product really, and especially when it's not just targeted toward a specific market, but toward an entire market. One thing that Dorsey brought up that's really important is that she made it understood from the beginning in her visuals as well as her name, her mission statement. And even if you go on her website, you understand immediately that everyone is all inclusive. So I think that's really important too. And yet you can also be minority owned, ladies, and still be all inclusive of all races for your product. So you are just a minority owned brand, but it doesn't mean that you necessarily just have to be target specific. And I think sometimes we get off into that narrative that we just have to be target specific. But the awesome thing about beauty products in particular is that beauty is a perception for everyone. So what you do is empower people. And I think that's just really important that people understand that it's not just about a skin tone, a race, a tone, a texture. You have made it clear from the beginning as a startup, which is really smart, really, really brilliant marketing, that it is all inclusive from the beginning, so that you don't have to come back on the back end and spend so much money or time instead of promoting the actual product, that you're trying to promote education on that when that was always your intention.
Yes, most definitely, because you have a lot. You see now where it's, they market it just to Caucasians or just, to Blacks. So it's like, and then later, we want to get a piece of the rest of the market because everybody loves beauty products. Everyone's into makeup. Well, then you have to rebrand all over again. oh, by the way, we do offer for your skin tone or for you, versus we're like, no, we're going to do this from the beginning, because it is for everyone. We want to empower all women to be their best version of themselves in our Creole Rouge products.
And I will go on to say that they have an awesome red called Empower. And when I wear Empower,
yes.
everybody asks me, what kind of red is that? So if you follow me on social media, the name of it is Empower. They also have another red called Powerhouse, my fave. And it lasts all day. You can talk, as obviously if I have a podcast, I talk a lot. The product stays on, and it stays true to color. I don't care what your skin tone is. I've had some clients with a little bit more lighter in tone than me to order products, and we all look the same in it. I mean, it looks awesome. It doesn't turn. Or I know back in the day we used to have problems with some of that with makeup, was like, which actually discouraged people or got them to only have one set look and not experiment, was because colors would kind of change on us, depending on your tone. But your makeup line is true to tone, so I love it. When I wear my Empower, I feel empowered, and my attitude definitely changes when I put it on.
Yes,
and my
and I
husband
love.
always says, like, "Oh my goodness, here she comes with the red lips,"
I love to hear that, because that is we love hearing that, because that is part of it. We want to empower women and girls to feel that way when you put our products on. That's why each of our products, they all have empowering names. So like you mentioned, we have Powerhouse and Empower. We have Greatness. We have Dauntless. Even our palettes, they're Live to Inspire, Invincible. So when you put those on, like when I'm getting dressed up and I'm putting that on, like, oh, today is going to be great because I'm putting on greatness. Like when you say those words, it's kind of like affirmations you're saying to yourself while you're putting the product on. And it does change your attitude when you walk out the house. So when you look at yourself and you're like, oh, I have on Empower today. Today is going to be a great day. I'm going to conquer everything I have planned because what you're putting on. And I have so many ladies who say that, and I love hearing that. It just fills me up to hear that, because it's like, oh, it's not just us who feel that way, like other women. When you look at it and say, this is what I'm putting on, this is what I have on today, and it just changes your whole attitude and how you feel about yourself.
Yes, and not to forget, she has a green shadow called Millionaire. That's my next one. Because
yes.
I'm planning that in advance, Millionaire.
Yes.
So
yes.
all of her names, and then like you said, I think that you put so much thought and care into the names of your products within your launch, is that when you say that they are one-word affirmations that you actually put on, and so you kind of take on those roles of the makeup that you put on. And I think that's really awesome, because that is what makeup or any type of beauty product is designed to do, is to enhance or empower what we already are, to actually kind of cut on our superpowers, if you will. And I love the fact that you have those positive affirmations attached to the as names rather of your products. I think that is really good.
Thank you.
I wanted to dive in quickly into, first of all, if you have another occupation, and if you do, how do you balance your business and work? So that is one of our number one questions on Stiletto Talks, is how do people balance work and business?
Yes, I have several other occupations.
Like me.
Yes, everyone's like, how did you get this done? Nothing but God and just staying focused. But no, by day, Monday through Friday, I am a health information management director and a privacy officer over a hospital, where basically I just make sure everything is compliant within the hospital. I also have my own consulting business where I consult for several areas, behavior hospitals, where I audit to make sure that they're following all the rules and guidelines. So I do that. I also do photography, and I have this makeup business. So you have to stay focused. You have to stay grounded. With this business, you have, which really with any business, I would say, you have to work it like it's your 9-to-5 job. Just like I know that I have to be there Monday through Friday from say 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, whatever the time may be. Well, you have to show up the same way for your business. And that's the only way that your business will become something. Because if you just work it here and there, oh, it's my little business. Well, no, it's your business, and you have to work it. That's the only way that you'll get fruit from it, is if you work it. You have to put in the work. No matter how tired you are, no matter how you feel like giving up, you have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to go really hard for your business and just stay focused. So, life happens, things happen, but at the end of the day, you have to always go back to, okay, I got to work this, but I have to make sure that I put the same amount of time and effort into my own business. And so that
is so awesome. And two things that you brought up real quick is that the first thing that she talked about is that she acknowledges that she has to get it done. So, ladies, if you are thinking about a business and you're like, how am I going to get it done? That's really not a thought process. You got to get it done. Once you put something out in the atmosphere, it's a thing. It is a thing, and you have to get it done. The second thing that I noticed about Dorsey's response is that she just said that it's not a little business. And if anybody that knows me personally knows I cannot stand when somebody says, oh, I just have a little business. No, you don't have a little business, because you have invested two of the biggest commodities that there are, and that is your time and your money. Time being the most important thing. And if you treat your business small, other people are going to treat your business small. And if you go back and listen to any of our other podcasts, all of the other women, as you can tell, I always put on very like-minded women in terms of the same type of advice. And nobody is treating their business small. If you treat it small, it's going to be small. I don't care if you have it in one little corner room of your house. That is still your business. Little is not an adjective that you would use to describe your business. So she wears many hats. Dorsey wears many hats like myself. And like I said, we didn't know we were going to get this call pulled off. So as you can see, we are on a Sunday so that we can get it off, so that you all can really listen to just her knowledge, her expansive knowledge, especially when you have multiple entities under your name. What are some of your challenges with, being Dorsey, being the owner of all of these product lines? You have beautiful children, husband, family, life. How do you find balance in it all?
I know just giving it to God. I always give praise to him, because I know that everything is just, he makes it possible. But keeping the end in mind, and keeping that I know what I want this to be, and then knowing that this is not something that, like my consulting business or the business that I work day to day, that's me. But this business, Creole Rouge, is myself and my daughter. And so the only option here is for us to win, because my daughter is watching. And I promised her, okay, we're going to make this a successful business. We're going to work this. And so I think keeping that in the back of my head, our whole family's involved in this. My husband, he's an awesome supporter. Anything we tell him, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that, he's right there. My sons, they're involved. So just it being a family business, and we all have our hands in it. And I've explained, okay, this is the goal. This is what we want it to be. And so we have to win. We have to make it work. We have to put it out there. So just keeping that pushes us to get kind of past the challenges that we may face, which right now, the only challenge that we have is just brand awareness, just getting our brand known, because we're new. We launched just this past March. And so just getting out there, who is Creole Rouge? Who are they? Where did they come from? Because we're not, we're online. We're an online business right now. We're not in any stores. So basically we're growing just by word of mouth. And so just brand awareness that's been our only challenge so far. Of course, we just launched in March, and we're in July, so I'm sure we could, face some other challenges along the road. But as of now, it's just brand awareness and getting people to know who we are.
Now, she just talked about brand awareness. But we're going to hop into some of her successes. And one of the successes that I saw immediately is that, of course, you all know that Coachella just passed, and Cardi B actually was wearing some of Creole Rouge's products, which gives
Yes.
a testament of the amount of tenacity that Creole Rouge has. So that goes to show that you can still be small but mighty. It's about staying consistent and getting yourself in position. So talk to us about this, because I'm scrolling through social media one day and I'm looking at Cardi B's makeup and I'm like, her makeup is popping. And then her MUA says Creole Rouge. I'm like, yes, this is my girl. This is my girl. So talk to me about that. How did you get to that point, or how did you feel when you realized, like, we just started and our makeup is at Coachella?
Yes, that was amazing. That was an amazing feeling because we just did a lot of groundwork, just contacting a lot of MUAs, of regular MUAs and celebrity MUAs, and, will you try our product? Can we send our product to you? Because, ultimately that's what's going to grow our business. We need to get it in their hands because, they're in social media and they can talk about it, and you send it off, but you really don't know if they're going to ever use it. Because I never heard back from her makeup artist other than, she sent her address, sent it to me, never heard from her. And then she tagged me in the post, and I'm like, oh, my God. I got my daughter, Alex, Cardi B has our makeup on at Coachella. It was just it was an unreal feeling because it was just like, oh, my God, like we worked so hard. Even though we launched in March, we worked so hard just over the last year and a half, testing products, getting stuff all together, and to have, a major artist wearing our makeup and, everyone commenting like, oh, we love the look, and what is that? Gold on her eyes, what is that? And it's like, wow, people are talking about our product. So that was an amazing feeling. Some other successes we had, Ashanti wore our makeup at her movie premiere in New York. Right now, and then they also, Sheen Magazine did a write-up, a product listing of what she wore for her movie premiere, and so they listed our product in Sheen Magazine. So that was awesome too, because someone tagged me while I was at work, and I'm like, oh my God, we're in the magazine. So it's an unreal feeling. And right now, currently, we're on tour. Our palette is on tour with Makeup by Jess. Makeup by Jess is from Baton Rouge, and she does celebrity makeup. Right now, she's doing her beat camp tour. She's on a 10-city tour, and she's using our palette to show them. She's creating a look with our palette. So each of the ladies who are in the class, they'll be getting our palette and using our palette. So we sponsor her tour. So that's also awesome. It's just like, that's such a blessing, to be a new business and to be selected to say, hey, would you like to sponsor our tour so we can use and create a look with your palette? So that's just amazing. So we're really thankful for our successes. We've had a lot within just this short period of time.
And so I just want to bring up something that Dorsey has talked about, just about her consistency. Consistency is showing up very early in her brand. Although she's talking about brand awareness, notice that she's still stating that almost as if she's only good as her last success. So she's still saying that she needs to do brand awareness, even though Ashanti and Cardi B have already been with her makeup. One you may consider old school legendary. Ashanti has been out here. We are still chanting her songs, and she looks amazing. And then we have Cardi B, who is one of the hottest artists out there, just a multi-talented female rapper that we have. And really now we're to the point now with her being in movies and so forth and commercials, she's just an artist. So she has definitely gravitated more than just a rapper. So just to have those two big names that you can really think about, you don't have to Google them, so to speak. And her makeup is already in magazines and so on and so forth. That is that takes a lot of work and diligence. Yes. And like she said, that her whole family, challenge-wise, has bought off into the mindset. So I know that sometimes, ladies, you may not have necessarily in-house support, but you also have to make sure that you're getting around other positive women or finding other positive networks. There's one online called Build Brand and Launch, for example. I think Asha Jones has one of the largest ones that I've seen, and certainly where there's just always positive information. But you have to be a constant student. And just following Dorsey online, I've seen her at Judy Dropping Knowledge. She's at any event being a student first, and then going out and being a leader. So in order for you to be a leader, you have to be willing to be taught. And so she's willing to be taught first, and you can see the leadership side coming out when you see where her products are actually landing. And to not be 6 months old and you're already sponsoring tours, makeup tours, especially by one of the most recognized makeup artists in Louisiana, is just really, really big. So congrats to you. Before we get any further, congrats to you, because that's just really a big deal.
So much.
I'm from there, so I already know what it is. So that's a big deal. And that's without running the streets, running to every event. That's without vending everywhere. Like she stated, she's mainly online because she wears so many other hats business-wise. So that all you have to do is be productive. Sometimes I think all of us, we want to be busy. You can be plenty busy and not be productive. Dorsey is showing you that you can be productive and not just be busy, and being productive and having your things out there without you running to every event that comes on the scene. So that is just really a testament to your success. So congrats to you.
Thank you.
In regards
to
that. Much. So now that you got a few things under your belt right now.
Yes.
Yeah, you popping a little bit now. So I want to talk to you about what is the one piece of advice. As I stated, of course, Stiletto Talks is mainly for minority female startups and for those who have been around a minute and just need encouragement, having a positive platform where they can come on and not only talk about their businesses and brand and building brand awareness, but where they can also maybe learn and be inspired by others and definitely seek positive advice, because everybody does not have that source of people, a pool of people that they can actually pull positive reinforcement from. So what's some of the advice that you would give for a female business owner right now?
I would give them, what I would tell them most is to be persistent and don't give up on your dream, because you're going to have a lot of doors slammed in your face, a lot of people who tell you, like, that's crazy, that's a crazy idea or whatever. You know, some of your closest friends, some of your family, those people will shut you down and look at you like you're crazy because you're talking about, I want to do this. I want to be the next biggest makeup line. Really? What? No, you can't do that. You're from Little Baton Rouge or whatever. You have to ignore that. You have to believe in your dream, and you have to push through no matter what. And no matter how many times you get knocked down, you have to stay persistent. You have to keep going. You know, I had so many people who, I inboxed them or I emailed them, spent hours and hours emailing all these different makeup artists, these different people. Nobody respond back. Okay, well, but I didn't quit. You just, tomorrow I'm going to send 30 more emails. Somebody will respond, and you may get 2 or 3. And so if you really want it that bad, and you have to want it that bad to keep going after it day after day, but you have to continue to be persistent. And then be original. Be yourself. You know, if you come up with an idea and someone else has that same idea, because there's other people selling makeup, but I'm not trying to copy their style or be like them. Be yourself. You don't have to be like them to win at this, you know, and whatever you're trying to pursue. And so, just be persistent, be original, and don't give up.
All right, ladies. Now, y'all done already heard, do not give up. And I think that's just so important. If you have a lot of people that are around you that are constantly telling you that's crazy, you need to give up, maybe that's not people you need to be telling your dream to. And I'm really a believer. You have to be really careful of who you allow to pour into you or what you allow to intake into your ears, because it becomes a mindset. It becomes a part of your inner being. And then you start to collect fear and success and really definitely fear and faith, they don't reside in the same place. So
Right.
you got to really go out there and really have a faith system, a set system. And one thing that I tell people, you will continue to fail until you come up with a system that works for you. So in order for you to get vertical, you got to set up a good system. And so Dorsey has certainly put some things in place. Like she said, she sends out so many emails because the ratio is you're going to send out so many emails to get just maybe one or two callbacks or return emails, but those may be the very ones that you need. And again, she's planting seeds. She's putting it out there. So there has to be a return on that. So if you're getting frustrated, just stay consistent. Don't stay persistent. Don't just give up like, oh, I'm going to do this real hard 1 week or 2 weeks, and then you're like, oh, I'm off to something else. You really have to stay and stand up for your own brand. If you don't stand up for your own brand, who else is going to stand up for it?
That's
So,
right. And you have to, because you'll be surprised. I think we discussed this before in your workshop you did, where you'll be surprised. It'll be family. It'll be some of the closest friends. Like I have family and friends who haven't purchased anything yet, won't share nothing on social media. And you're just like, really, this is positive. This is good. You wear makeup, but you won't wear mine. And it'll work you at first. It'll hit that nerve, but then you have to remember it's not for them. You know, this is your business. This is for you. This is for your family. And they don't have to buy it. It's going to be successful with or without them.
Right. And when we put things out into the atmosphere, the right people will buy it.
Right.
I also don't have a whole lot of family, like blood family, that necessarily purchases my products, but I always tell people in my workshops and classes that I'm also not mad either. The right people buy my products, and I'm good with who buys my products. I didn't create a business just for my family to purchase for me. I created for people to buy from me. So I'm not ever really concerned about that. But yes, for some people, I think they really, I guess because a lot of business owners are empaths, we feel a lot of things, and so we feel a lot of empathy, and we can sense things. I think that discernment causes you to feel, some type of way when people kind of reject or ignore, and we know. So family, friends, we know when you're not sharing our posts.
Yes.
We do know that. But it's all good. But we see you, though. And just remember, if you have a goal or a dream, I tell people, be the change you wish to see. Because next year, you may be the person that has made a decision that, you know what, I'm about to retire, or I'm sick of this job. I know I have the skills to go and do this. I want to branch out and do this for myself. And then you're going to need support. So make sure that you're the type of friend or you're the type of supporter that you want other people to be to you. So just remember that. Dorsey buys hair products from me, and I buy makeup from her. She tags me to a post, and I tag her to a post. So also collaborations. If your dreams are not, if you don't need help, your vision not big enough. So you're going to need some help, some collaborators. And she certainly discussed having MUAs, celebrity MUAs, local MUAs to put her products out there. Product reviews and write-ups are really big. I actually just had a review, had a young lady walk up to my booth one day, got some products, and then I looked around. She tagged me to a review. I didn't even know she was that type. She's like a secret shopper here in this area. So you never know. And you never know. So make sure that you're being this type of supporter, and don't get discouraged when those that are real close to you all, people sense your energy. So if you are discouraged, then I always say bad energy scares the money away. So if you got bad energy on you, it scares the money away. So don't do that. So Dorsey really gave good advice. Don't worry about who's not supporting you. Be more concerned about those that support you, and continue to put out good products and services so that you will be able to maintain. And lastly, Dorsey, because you have given so much good advice. How can we find you? How can we find Creole Rouge? Now, I personally share the site a lot. I'm personally on there a lot myself. And real soon, my cart will be real full because I'm getting low. But how I know how to find you, but how do the consumers out there find you and learn more about your amazing products?
Sure. We're on most social media platforms. So Facebook, you can find us at Creole Rouge Beauty. On Instagram, you can find us at Creole Rouge Beauty there as well. Twitter. We're Rouge Creole on Twitter. And, of course, you can check out our website to see some of our products at www.creolerougebeauty.com.
Awesome. So also, ladies, as we stated with all of the previous guests on the podcast, everybody generally has social media handles, and then everybody has a website. And I do encourage people to certainly invest in a website, because if you're at work, they may have the social media blocked at work. So if they're shopping in the daytime, and some people do tend to shop on their breaks and so on and so forth, while they're at work, they're more apt to go to a website, and a website works for you 24/7. Sometimes social media goes down. I think Instagram went down last week, and everybody was like, oh my goodness, because they thought that something was wrong with their feed. If that's the only way that you're doing business, it's going to be very difficult for you maybe to have a good day that day, because that's the only way people find you is by, clicking onto your links from social media. So make sure that you definitely consider a website. And as you can tell, Dorsey has every social media handle covered as well as a website. So if you did not hear that again, it is CreoleRougeBeauty.com, correct?
Yes.
And, on there you're going to find Hydro Gloss is my fave, some of my fave. Her lip gloss, the matte lip gloss, are awesome. Her, as you can tell, I buy a lot of it. Her eyeshadows, triple pigmented, so the green is green. It's not like baby blue or something. It comes out green. It comes out gold.
True color. Yes.
So whatever you see, it is the true color. And then what I love is that Dorsey wears her product. She shares a face of the day every day, from not only around the world, but also for herself. So she's experimenting and playing in her own makeup. And so you get to see the different looks and see what the colors look like, as well as the palette. She does a lot of the palette swatches on her arm, so you can definitely see the true to color. Dorsey, I thank you so much for coming on the show. Of course, we've known each other for quite some time, and I'm just excited for everything that you're doing, and I'm so excited for Alex. One thing that Dorsey did not mention is that her daughter is how old now?
She's 12.
She's 12.
Yes,
So she has 12. A 12-year-old co-owner. So the co-owner of Creole Rouge is 12. And what is important about that is that she's creating a legacy. And just imagine being 12 years old and going to school every day saying that I am the co-owner of Creole Rouge Beauty. So that's a big deal. And she's also a model, and you see her a lot on the websites and on the social media. And so that's really important. It's important that our girls really see us living out our dreams, because they are our future. And so, Dorsey, what I see you doing is just really building and creating a positive legacy for her. And I'm sure Alex appreciates that. Alex is also a chef in her own right, but certainly now moving more into the beauty industry, I look to see bigger and brighter things with you all, because you all have just came out of the gate just skyrocketing with high-quality products that are amazing. So for all of you who have not shared or tried, definitely get the products. The Hydro Gloss, like just the bomb, hands down. So thank you so much for being on. Again, you can find her at www.creolerougebeauty.com. If you are someone that is looking to be on our show, a minority female, and you have a business, a new startup or a veteran business, and you want to come on and share your truth about what makes you tick, what makes you work, drop me an email at contact@paulajhutchinson.com. You can also click on the link from my own personal website at www.paulajhutchinson.com. And then again, if you want to listen to Dorsey's podcast or anyone else, Creole Rouge, we have many others that are on there, as well as I usually do a weekly affirmation in regards to some things that we need to do to be empowered and ready for the week. You can catch us on iTunes. You can subscribe on the Stiletto Talks podcast. You can do the same thing on Google Play, and then of course you can go to Podbean under stilettotalks.podbean.com. So again, thank you, Dorsey, for being on the show. I look forward to my package is coming soon. And by the way, your stuff comes in really pretty packages.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having us, and thank you for continuing to pour out into not only our Baton Rouge community, but just women all over. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, man, thank you so much. That's the goal. That's the goal. I just believe that when one wins, we all win. So, ladies, let's try to continue to lift each other up this week. Let's stay positive. Definitely will post so much more about Dorsey and many of the other ladies because we have so many more stories to tell. And you have an amazing evening, Dorsey.
Thank you. Do the same.
Bye-bye.